Well, howdy, fuckers. This week's episode is brought to you in remembrance of the deer that decided to jump out in front of my F-250. All proceeds from this episode will be donated to a new charity that I'm starting that's going to teach deer to look both ways before they cross the fucking highway. That being said, we'd like to thank you all so much for listening. Have everybody but Kendall here today. So I'm joined by Libby, Lane, our CEO of photography, self-appointed, Sydney, and Gage. And then Kendall is currently recovering from mouth surgery. So we all decided to hop on here and do an Around the Deck style episode to discuss our lives, what we have going on this summer, and the battle of the bands. What's up, everybody?
Not much, my brother. Happy to be here with y'all. I feel like it's been too long since I've hopped on one of these, so.
I think this is my first Around the Deck, so really excited.
Woohoo!
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Jesus.
All right, I'm coming out the gates fucking firing.
Okay, you're gone.
If you're driving and you put on your right blinker and you stay in your lane and don't move over into the shoulder, I hope your pillow is extremely hot at night. I hope your AC goes out in everything. Your house, your work, your vehicle, everything. If you're turning right and there's a shoulder, get the fuck over. I'm talking, turn the blinker on, get over, and then apply your brakes.
I do have to say, Gage, I don't know if this happens to anyone else, if this is a me problem, but it's like once a week I'll be like getting on or off an exit and I'll have my music up super loud and I realize like 5 miles down the interstate that my like turn signal's still on and I'm like, oh, so sorry everyone, don't mind me. So maybe that's what they're doing, you know.
Listen,
Well, no, it's like they turn, but they don't get into the shoulder to make that right-hand turn. They turn from the lane. It's like, it's legal. It's legal. Get over. Another thing, if somebody's turning left, take the fucking shoulder to go around them. Don't just back traffic up because you're like, oh, whoa. It's legal.
Listen, I never claimed to be a good driver. However, my road rage is crazy. I feel like I'm like the calmest person ever until I get behind the wheel of a car. Then I'm pissed off at everybody. Nobody's safe. It's bad.
No, I'm the same way.
I agree.
I've been
Go
getting
ahead,
like
Lane.
that. I used to be a calm driver. Now I'm just whipping around everywhere.
I'm glad I have a slow diesel truck, or else I would be a demon on the roadways,
No.
just cutting in and out of
Me
traffic.
and Doreen, the Nissan Rogue, are just whipping everywhere.
I'm about to trade it in and just get a car and be an absolute just fucking degenerate heathen on the roadway. Going the speed limit though, because you know we're all about legality around here.
Yeah, that's what we advocate for, exactly.
My next point: Busch Light. Coming out, they're trying to tease all these new flavors. Peach, that's not a new flavor. Very good summertime beer. Delicious. Lemon, come on. Orange, alright, I'm interested. But bring the Blimes statewide. Don't just release it to 13 states and then you want to sit there, oh, we didn't really do that well on numbers. You didn't release them to all fucking 50 states or 48 states. I don't care. You didn't even release them to Texas.
All I know
I had
is
to get
that-
mine from Kansas.
Yeah, like I said, at Coffeyville Liquor Store, I walked in and I saw 2 cases and I called Gage. He's like, buy me a case. And so I bought both cases. And that was the only 2 that liquor store got.
Actually, no, because I saw on a Facebook post, shout out to
Right.
some random dude in a random Busch Light drinkers Facebook group, for saying that he was driving 2 hours to Coffeyville, Kansas, out of all places, Coffeyville, to pick up the last 2 cases that this liquor store had of Blimes. And as soon as I saw that, I called Tracer and said, I need you to go here, and I need you to get both of these. Let me know how much. And so,
Yeah,
yeah,
that poor
shout
guy.
out to that guy.
So was that guy disappointed when he got to the liquor store?
I don't know. I stayed off that Facebook group for like a couple of days.
I never
All I know is
why.
like Gage texted me and I went and picked them both up, and they were like, "Yeah, that's the only two we got." And I was like, "Well, hell yeah, man."
I've never got to try the Blimes. However, I used to love, and I'm not a Bud Light drinker, but I used to love the Bud Light limes. So I figure I would, I'd probably be a fan.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, Tracer and I were talking about it today. The orange is kind of one of those. It's interesting, and that's why people are gonna buy it. But it's like the lemon.
Like it's
I
like
like
summer candy
lemon.
a little bit. I love a
And
summer
see,
candy.
That's
So
what
yeah.
I'm wondering, if it's gonna be something like that. But it's like, if you think of like a beer, because I'm like, oh yeah, I like lemon, but whenever I think of beer, I think lime. It's like it's just bring the Blimes back.
See, I'm disappointed they went with such normal things. Like, give us the Busch Light dragon fruit, all right? Like, why are we keeping it such normal fruits, all right? Like, we have access to Busch Light. We can make Busch Light kiwi if we wanted to.
I mean, another thing, why are you gonna sit there and make a post and say, oh, new flavors incoming, and it's all blurred out, and there's 3 cans, and peach is one of them? That's not a new flavor.
Right.
We've had that already. It's good. Keep it around. I like it. I'd buy it. But it's like, if you're gonna sit here and try to tease 3 new flavors, don't add in another flavor that you've already done, unless it's the Blimes and they're being released statewide.
And Texas
Thank
is
you
a
for coming
crazy
to my
state
TED Talk.
to release them in. So
That's what I'm saying. It's like we get everything else, which we do have the, I don't know, Libby, if you can get your hands on some, don't walk, run. The Shinerbach lemonade. It's like a, I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's basically a summer shandy.
yeah, I could fuck
But
with that.
oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not a big beer girl, but like the summer variations that come about, I do typically dig some of those.
You definitely need a
I
Busch
drank
Light
my
pickle.
weight.
I still have not.
Yes.
What was that about pickles, Lane?
Busch Light pickle flavored beer.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
another rumor that's going around. It's Busch Light Pickle.
Okay, can we talk
why
about
is
the
that? Why is that not on?
Can we talk about the PBR thing though? I mean, PBR teamed up with Grillo's pickles, which I've been told is a really good pickle. I've never seen Grillo's pickles before, but whatever. But
Big
I
fan
mean,
of PBR here.
right. Oh, you're a big fan of PBR? Okay. Well, I was just, how are they going to make it has to make PBR better. I mean, it's the worst beer I've ever had. So there's no making PBR worse. What do you? Oh, is that the Grillo's pillow pickles thing?
Yes.
Is it good?
It's okay.
It's okay. So it sucks ass. Got it. All right.
I think it's because I don't drink much PBR.
Okay.
I will say though, the PBR
Do you drink a lot of
Light-
pickle juice?
Yeah, I put pickled vodka in my Coors Light all the time.
Okay, wrong. Now the PBR Light, that was some delicious shit right there.
I don't know if it's just because we were in a scramble of beer,
Yeah.
or if it was just really that good. But I went to my dad's maybe it was like a month or so back. I don't even remember what I was over there for. He's like, here, if you want a beer, grab one. Okay. And he had the PBR Light, and I was like, fuck, I forgot how good this was.
Mm-hmm.
I still have not gotten my hands on a Bapple.
I got plenty.
I know. Listen, I don't drink enough to justify going and buying a case because they will just sit there. But I will have to. I know I'm letting you guys down. Where's the honky tonk?
I've had Bapples in my fridge. Whenever they discontinued them, I had them in my fridge for like 2 years.
Oh, I did too. I had them in my parents'
it-
garage, and my mom was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, I want a Bapple," and she's like, "I threw some away not too long ago." Like, well, they were not. They were years ago, like at least 3 or 4 years ago. But
I'm convinced beer doesn't really expire. They have the expire date, but I've drank a 2 or 3 year old apple and it tasted fucking phenomenal. As
So-
long as it's not hot, cold, hot, cold.
Right. I went to a liquor store the other day, and it's the one I normally don't stop at, but it's closer to the house now. And they had a case of Natter Days.
Oh my god.
And it took every fiber of my being not to walk out of there with that. And then I was like, I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to drink 4 of them and remember I don't like them that much. And then they're just going to sit in the fridge.
That takes me back to undergrad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes me back to-
Natter days.
Natter Days.
I miss Natter Days.
So you mentioned Busch. This is a slight pivot, but still on topic of flavors. Have you guys seen the Busch's baked beans, the crazy ass variants that are coming out?
Gonna have to go get a can of the Freedom Pop.
I thought it was fake at
I've
first.
seen people trying them on TikTok and saying that the bomb pops are actually like really good, and I just can't
That's
fathom
so
that
crazy.
in my head.
I mean,
But I guess I'm gonna have to try.
Please do. Actually, take a video, like do like a little taste with me thing, and send it in the group chat, please.
we're gonna fuck it. We're just gonna plan like an unhinged cookout this summer. All get together with like the most fucked up products they're coming out with, and just have like a full taste test.
There's no shortage.
You know what Busch needs to do?
Bush Light, Bush baked beans.
I'd be
Yes.
down. Busch watermelon.
Yeah.
I've seen in the comments that people are trying to push for watermelon because I guess, I don't know, one of their NASCAR drivers or something, I don't know if his last name's Watermelon or if he has something to do with watermelons. There's some sort of link there. And I'd be really interested in some Busch Light watermelon.
I have a watermelon downstairs. I will go cut it up later and pour beer on it, and I'll give you guys the update on that.
Just beer soak it and then eat it like Friday or Saturday.
Like
Like
cut
what
the
they
top
used
of
to
it
do
off.
with Everclear.
Like drill some holes down in there. Pour Bush Light Tall Boy down there. Set it in the fridge. Just let it sit for a couple days, and then get back to
It
us.
has to be good. Like a watermelon flavored beer. It has to be good. It's not going to be like any of those watermelon seltzers that just taste like watered down ass water or hot dog water. Like
Watermelon TV static.
I'm just I don't know. I did find a new whiskey though. Shout out to Donnie. I know you're listening. He found it's like a $15 bottle of whiskey, and I think it's like barbecue flavored, is what they call it. Hear me out. It's like maybe 40%. Like, it's a decent amount. All you taste is just like smokiness. But it's not the bad where you're like, this is disgusting. I had it chilled, and it's definitely a sipping whiskey, but you just take a sip of it, and it just tastes like smoke. Doesn't burn, nothing. Phenomenal.
What's it
And for it
called?
being cheap, you know what? I'll just go get the bottle.
I've steered clear from whiskey since born and raised. Y'all remember what that turned out to be.
Don't drink the whiskey.
Beer darts and whiskey are not a good combination. Take it from me.
And it happens to the best of us, truly.
It does.
Okay. So it's 34.7%, but it's called Curveball,
Okay.
original barbecue whiskey.
No.
The logo's
Okay.
cool.
Amazing. Cannot recommend it enough. Curveball, please sponsor us.
I'm gonna pivot us real quick. First night of the Battle of the Bands is coming up at Buffalo Run Casino in Miami, Oklahoma. The first night has been set. Pull up the post that way I don't screw this up. Jesus, Amos, chill. So our first night is going to be Reagan Carter, Emily Woodle, The Doghouse, and Garrick Fawcett's The Revelry. So banger first night right out of the gate. 4 great bands. We've had Garrick on before. Good friend of ours. Plays a hell of a set. Lane knows The Doghouse.
Yeah, Doghouse is good. I've seen them in Stillwater. They're Stillwater band, I think.
I've caught Reagan a couple times in singer-songwriter style stuff, so I'm excited to see what he sounds like with a full band behind him, and even Emily's bringing a full band with her. So
That's exciting.
I'm excited to see Emily with a full band as well. And that's just night one. I mean, the next night, or the following round is June 26th. That is my birthday. Yes, I did plan my own birthday party. No, I don't feel bad about it. But we have Verdi Money, Coda Lewis and the Flyers, Margaret Rabbit, and Ranson Folsom and the Red Eyes. So, very excited about that night. I'm going to finally get to see Coda. I've seen him like one time in the 4 years I've known him. Just what a great friend I am. I
Big
always
fan.
pick up other people's concerts over his. No, he just always like. It feels like every time he has a concert, like there's something else going on that I'm like, I've already committed to this. And then of course Eli and Verdi Money, excited to have them on, see them play again. Always love seeing them play. And then finally the last night, which is going to be on 7/10, the weekend before the festival, is Pace Road Band. Quentin Scott, and I believe it's like Quentin Scott and the Boogie Band. I'm not sure what he's calling his band. I got to ask him about that because I've seen 2 different things that he's posted about it. So I got to clarify on that. A Tulsa-based band called the Grabblers, and then Jared Johnson, who I'm very excited to have. I've been obsessed with his song "Leaving Oklahoma" ever since our Instagram got bombarded with it. It's a great song. I got to ask him where this tire shop is because it cracks me up. He's just like, we're live from the tire shop. And like, there's no fucking tire shop anywhere, man. But there's millions of tire shops. But, so it's going to be, they're 12 great bands. It sucks that we only can pick 4 people to come back. But this is just the first year doing it. Buffalo Run's very excited. We're already talking about plans for next year with it. And more stuff coming up in the future. So, but yeah, we had a lot of people reach out to us and a lot of people we couldn't get in, which sucks. I mean, we wanted to do 4 nights, but just with the short time frame that we had to work with, it wasn't feasible to be able to do. But anyways, I don't know what he's doing.
You have a rat back there or something?
I got an Amos, and he looked panicked a minute ago, and then he looked like he figured it out and didn't need me. So I kind of lost my train. I kind of lost my train of thought. But no, Buffalo Run Casino, July 18th. We will hopefully all be there. It is going to be headlined by Jason Boland, Pat Green, and The Great Divide. And then the 4 winners will start it off. Start off the day playing sets. So it'll be a full day of fun. We're hoping next year maybe make it a 2-day thing. Fingers crossed with how this year's goes. Tickets are only $35. So you cannot beat that. You can't even go out to eat for $35 anymore. So go see Jason Boland and the Stragglers. The Great Divide, and Pat Green.
And also, if you find Tracer at the festival and go up to him and say, Amos, he will buy you a beer and give you $20 to go throw on 2nd and 12 on roulette. Confirmed. He's not here to deny it, so.
Confirmed. That's funny.
And if Tracer gets drunk enough, just keep going up to him and saying it. Who knows?
Yeah.
He might get a lot of money out of it.
That's funny. I have to
I'm
say,
not gonna remember who you are, so fuck it, keep coming up. I'm gonna hide out backstage all day.
something that I thought was really cool, looking at someone who's not regional, and I am a little ignorant to some of the local talent in Oklahoma. You know, I know the people we're like friends with, obviously, people you all have shared, but getting to see the submissions and listening to all of that really, it was pretty mind blowing to me how much small talent there is there, and I thought that was super fucking cool.
Well, that's how I felt finding Jared Johnson. I mean, like, it was just all of a sudden, like, our page was blown up. I mean, like, I got 10 notifications, and it was all just, like, saying Jared Johnson. And I was like, how have I not heard of this guy? And I went and I was like, I'm gonna go look him up, see what he's about. And I listened to, I can't remember what, he has, like, there's, like, 3 songs he has released. And so the second one I got to was Leaving Oklahoma. And I was like, how have I not fucking heard of this guy? Like, how am I this involved in the scene and I'm ignorant? And I made a couple posts about it because, you know, when you find a good song like that, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We're gonna have guest judges every night. I didn't bring that part up.
Oh yeah, our dear friend at Get Western.
Yep. Bryson is a guest judge night number 1. Not for my birthday. We're getting T Squared back together. Thaddeus, Ty Smith's lead guitar player, is going to come help me judge. And then the final night, we just got it confirmed, I don't know, like Friday, I think. But Katie and Kyler are going to come up and stop in and say hi, and they're the guest judges for that night.
Oh, that's so exciting.
And then I do believe that they're going to be back for the festival. So they'll be walking around. Because like the one thing that we got told is they're like, invite all of your podcast friends. Like, get as much attention on this as humanly possible. And I was like, that's easy. So you'll get to meet a lot of different people. I know Bryson will be back for the festival as well. And we're working out a bunch of cool stuff right now. Gage and I are working on trying to get Playola there. Hoping they'll do like a live radio station that day from it. And then
Listeners, why don't you tell us about Playola, Tracer?
Oh yeah, Playola is a great app that actually pays their artists and doesn't try to force you to listen to corporate slop. You can go to Reckless Kelly Radio and listen to whatever Willie Braun and Cody Braun want you to listen to. Or go listen to whatever the fuck Shiny Ribs is up to. Kendall and I recently took a trip to Stillwater, Oklahoma to visit the farm, and we listened to William Clark Green Radio the entire way down there. And that was one of the most enjoyable experiences. We listened to everything from Guy Clark to, I'm pretty sure there's a George Strait song on there. So it brings back a great feel of having a radio station again, while not having to deal with Jelly Roll, Morgan Wallen, and all this slop they put out.
Fuck you, Spotify.
And like, listen, here's another thing. Like, this is what really bugged me. And Kendall brought this to my attention the other day. They are not here this summer. Like, you're going to be able to make your own AI cover of songs using AI. Like, Jesus Christ. Next thing you know, we're going to have, like, fucking Morgan Wallen making a damn AI cover of Heaven Passing Through. Everybody's going to be claiming it's his fucking song. And then I'm going to have a full come apart, and they're going to see me in a fucking straitjacket in a mental institution because I can't deal with it, all right? So when that happens, be prepared.
Tell us a little bit about going to the farm. I bet that was a magical experience.
Oh, man.
Place is sacred ground.
It is. It was great. I wish that Kendall was here to talk more about it, because she was the one that got invited out there. But John Cooper from the Red Dirt Rangers invited us out there, and it was really just to like introduce himself to us and to just tell us the history. And I mean, there was stuff that even I didn't know, like dating back to when they first moved into the farm, and Bob Childers would show there, and like the history of Gypsy Cafe, when on Sunday afternoons everybody would show up with like some type of dish or bring something, and they'd have like a potluck, and they called it Gypsy Cafe, and they'd all sit around and drink beer and smoke pot and play songs together. Um, and that's where a lot of the songwriting comes from, and especially in like Red Dirt music, is Bob and Tom Skinner and all those guys. Like they didn't want to hear no run of the mill Nashville bullshit. Like they wanted to hear something real. Um, and so that's where a lot of it comes from. Is like people showed up out there wanting to impress Bob and wanting to impress Tom and the guys from the Red Dirt Rangers, and then of course you had like the second coming, which was when Cody Canada showed up out there. Mike McClure started showing up, Boland, all of them, and that's kind of the same thing. Like they didn't play no bullshit because they wanted to impress Bob. They looked up to these guys, and it. I guess the baffling thing to me is like how important Bob Childers is, but how none of his music is readily available. Like there's one album on streaming, and try one thing I've been trying to do is I've been trying to track down other albums, whether that be CD, cassette, vinyl, anything, to start building an archive. Because as John Cooper said, if we quit talking about these guys, they die. But as long as we don't quit talking about them, they live forever. And I don't know the legality around all of this. This is like more going to be a passion project. But I want to build an archive of Red Dirt music that can be accessed by the public, so the history is not lost. Like people don't forget what Bob Childers sounded like. People can hear what Tom Skinner sounded like. They can hear the early Red Dirt. But it was great. I'm getting really off topic talking about other stuff like that, but it was a beautiful place, and it's a very like tranquil and peaceful place. Like it's just far enough outside of town that you're away from everything, but you're still readily close to town.
Absolutely, yeah. I'd seen that you guys had went out there, and I'd been wanting to ask you guys about how that experience was. I bet it was just magical.
Yeah,
Just
it
getting to
was.
learn about the history.
Yeah, we sat out there and drank a couple beers. We were there for about 3 hours, just talking and listening to John Cooper. And I mean, like that man has forgotten more about Red Dirt than most of us will ever know. I mean, um, he was talking about they went over to Europe, um, and had toured in Europe, and then they'd kind of come back and gone on a United States tour. They were the Red Dirt Rangers. They were starting to get big and everything, and they come back to play their first show back in Stillwater in probably a year or so, and there's not a whole lot of people there. And he said that they were about ready to wrap up the set, and he saw Bob, and he asked Bob what was going on, and Bob said, "Hey, I can't stay long. Just come by to say hi to you boys. I'm heading down to the Strip. The boys are going to cut a record at the Wormy Dog tonight." And so they said they wrapped up their set and headed down to watch Cross Canadian Ragweed record their live from Wormy Dog.
Love that.
And I wish I would have gotten to experience the original Wormy Dog. I just know I would have loved that place.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I'm really
Um,
glad that they've brought it back, so we can at least get to experience a piece of it.
what
Yeah,
kind of like it's definitely a deal. Like, what is life? I'm here at the Wormy Dog in 2025. Ragweed's playing tomorrow night, and I'm watching Fast Molly play for free.
yeah, absolutely.
Lane shows up drunk as shit, throwing dollar bills on stage. Like, hell yeah, brother, keep it on partying.
Like I said in the last one, if there's two people that can just spawn out of nowhere, it's Lane and Frosty.
Don't forget about Dylan Irvin. I know he's technically over in Australia right now, but every time I go to a concert, I'm just like, he could be here. He could be here.
You're right. He also deserves to be in that conversation. But they just spawn everywhere. You'll look over and see one of them literally
Right.
everywhere.
Right. Um, but no, that was really. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish it up.
It was a really cool experience. I'm glad that we got to do it. This fall, we'll be putting out a podcast live, or not live from the farm, I mean live from, but we're going to go out to the farm with the Red Dirt Rangers and sit down and do a podcast with them, recorded there at the farm, about the history of Red Dirt and what the farm means. Again, too, so the history lives on.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to listen to that. But what I was gonna say is, maybe a week. Yeah, maybe a week ago, I finished up all of Guy Clark's discography
Love that.
within maybe like 3 or 4 days. And let me tell you, if you're pissed off at the world, or if you just don't know what to listen to, or you're just really amped up and you just need to find a way to cool yourself and like calm down, go listen to Guy Clark's discography. It is one of the greatest choices I've made, and it blows me away, especially after he has a documentary on Tubi, which is a free streaming service and site
God, I love
for
Tubi.
everybody. You don't even have to
God, I
create
love
an account.
Tubi.
But it's called Without Getting Killed or Caught. One of the greatest documentaries I've ever seen. And I highly suggest and highly recommend that you listen to his discography first and then go watch the documentary, because it blew my mind finding out like his very first album, Old Number One. I didn't really think much of it. Like, yeah, I knew LA Freeway, Desperados, Waiting on a Train, and like all the like big name. But listening through it, I was like, this is a fucking phenomenal album. And it was, he signed with, I think it was RCA in like 72. And that album came out in 75. And it did not sell. RCA ended up dropping him. And listening back to that album, it's like, how does this not sell? It's like, what?
I mean, it's become an alt country like favorite. I mean, like
That's what I was about to say. It's like a
when you-
staple now.
it's up there with like Towns Van Zandt and the Blaze Foley albums. I mean, like it is. But we'll let you finish before I go to my thought.
Another thing that really, really surprised me, and I guess I talked with my brother-in-law a little bit about it, and he was like, I just always figured that it's kind of like Ragweed and Bolin, how like they were releasing music and everything right around the same time. Like one necessarily didn't really influence the other. I always thought that Guy Clark influenced Jerry Jeff. Boy, was I wrong. Jerry Jeff was like the reason that Guy Clark got his start and everything, and got in with the record label, because Jerry Jeff was signed and went to town and was like, I'm gonna play this song, and I can't remember which one it is. It was Let 'Em Roll, and he's like, I want to put this on the album, and it's by Guy Clark. And then he played like the chorus of LA Freeway, and the guys were like, no, that needs to go on there. And Jerry Jeff was like, fuck it, I'll put both on there. And Jerry Jeff was like, y'all need to check Guy Clark out. I always thought that Jerry Jeff started because of Guy Clark, but it was kind of the other way around.
So that has been one of my big rants, and I've kind of kept it to myself, and to Kendall. Kendall's had to hear about it a lot. But there's been more and more of these old school country, vintage country accounts popping up, and they want to talk about the same 5 people. And Waylon's great, Willie's great, Chris Christopherson, they're all amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. But why are we not discussing the Guy Clarks, the Jerry Jeff Walkers, even like Tom T. Hall, or I mean, hell, they hardly even talk about Jesse Coulter unless it's with Waylon. And that's just been like a big point of mine because one of them made a post about Bob Wills and was like, "Oh, he's just a Texas boy," and I was like, "Do you not understand that he came to Oklahoma and found success? Like, without coming to Oklahoma and Kane's Ballroom, Bob Wills is just kind of another name that gets forgotten. But he came to Tulsa, started a radio program, and rose to prominence in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like, you got to include stuff like that. Again, another thing about history being forgotten when it's not being talked about.
Yeah, that's definitely
Another-
true. I was. Go ahead,
Go
Gagey.
ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I was stoked whenever I found out you were going through Guy Clark's discography because I'm a big Guy Clark girl, and I think it's pretty. Like, I don't know if this is just like the sphere that I exist in, but I am seeing a lot of people right now seek out like the Woody Guthries and the Pete Seegers and the Guy Clarks and like even a little bit after that, you know, with Todd Snyder passing and people turning to his music. It's like I think that people who had quite a bit of commentary on life in the world, people are really looking for that right now. And I think that's exciting. Or maybe it's just me and like what my algorithm fucking shows me. But like I see a lot of it right now. And yeah, when I saw you were listening to that, I was like, exciting.
One thing that really blew me away was finding out he won a Grammy for like, contemporary folk, if that's even like a category or whatever it was. I think it was like 2013, 2014, but it was for a live album.
That is so interesting. I did not know that.
It was for his Keepers album,
Let's
I believe. I'm gonna have to fact check it, so go ahead, Tracer.
let's be real. The Grammys does such a great job of recognizing like alt country, and you know like Sierra Farrell took home 4 Grammys in a year. Sturgill Simpson took home Grammys, all making country music while not being acknowledged by the big machine. So it doesn't surprise me that he won a Grammy, because the Grammys don't get as much attention from the country music sphere as the Academy of Crap that comes out every year. And I say that in a loving way because I was very proud of the Red Clay Strays for winning Group of the Year. That was congratulations to them.
His Keepers album had a nomination for Best Contemporary Folk Album, but it was his last studio album, which was My Favorite Picture of You, that ended up winning a Grammy for Best Folk Album in 2014. But it's like, I really highly suggest watching the documentary because I didn't know that Steve Earle was really close and good friends with Guy Clark and Rodney Crowell, Vince Gill. I had no idea, but they're all in the documentary. And then how, you know, everybody knew him and Towns ran together, but like they were brothers. And, you know, it really, really interesting stuff on that.
So this is something that blew my mind the other day, and this might just be my ignorance in the scene. But I saw that Steve Earle was playing they're going on tour this summer. 51, so I think it's 51 or something. He's calling it, and
I think 50 years on the road.
yeah, yeah. And I was looking at some of the venues he was playing, and I was like, those are some big venues. And I was like, I mean, Steve Earle's a great songwriter, great singer, but is he going to even be able to half fill those places? And so I went to Spotify, and he has 3.3 million monthly listeners.
How many?
3.3 million.
I would not have guessed that.
It's
Which
just
is more than the
everybody
Turnpike
listening
Troubadours.
to Copperhead Road on repeat.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it just blew my mind for a second. I had to take a step back, and I was like, well, 3.3 million, that's insane. And I went back to look at Turnpike, and Turnpike's at 2.9 million. So they're in the same sphere. But I just feel, and like, maybe it's because Steve Earle is not my generation, like he was our parents' generation of music. But it's just insane to me that 3.3 million people are still listening to Steve Earle in 2026, which is a great thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah, I don't know if this is just me. Y'all can tell me if you agree or disagree with this. But when I think about Steve Earle, I imagine like Hank Jr. listeners are like the top of the iceberg, right? Imagine like the iceberg layout. And then it's like Hank Jr. listeners. The next tier down is like Steve Earle listeners. And so I feel like there's like, in that world, like you mentioned, our parents' generation, I feel like that's probably the demographic. You know what I mean?
I think that would make sense. 'Cause I think in 20 years when we look back on this generation, we'll talk about like Silverado and Flatland Cavalry being like the same thing, even though like they are, but one is seeing like commercial success, and then one is only playing the Texas honky tonk scene because that's all they want to do. So
Wait,
I can definitely see your point there.
Tracer, did you see who's opening a couple shows for Steve Earle on that run?
Dano, yeah,
Exciting.
I
Yeah.
did. I did see
Whenever
that.
whenever he announced that, I was like, "Fuck yes!" And I looked up which dates, and it's like New Mexico, and
Oh,
out kind of out there, maybe like 2 or 3 shows. One of them's already sold out, and the other
Yeah,
one had like low tickets or something. I was like, "Good, yes."
I'm very happy. I'm really happy that Steve Earle can still do that after 50 years on the road. Um, yeah, that's all I can
I,
say about that.
I saw him in maybe 21 or
Mm-hmm.
22 at Willie Nelson's little 4th of July picnic thing. When was it? Yeah, 22. And sounded great.
Um, we're getting ready to go see Ray Wiley Hubbard. Hubbard. Um,
Yeah.
September 11th with Oklahoma Space Program opening up for him. I'm very
I
excited.
wanted to go to that so bad. I want to see Ray Wiley Hubbard so bad. I haven't gotten to see him yet, but I have a wedding that weekend, and I'm in the
Skip,
wedding, so I
skip it. It's fine.
Hey, in like June or July, he's playing a free show in Denison, Texas. Um, if you don't know where Denison is, it's like 15 minutes south of Choctaw Casino in Durant, Oklahoma. So there you go. You go catch a free Ray Wiley Hubbard show and then go gamble all of your money right afterwards.
I have been talking.
That's
And go
basically what
play the
you're doing.
Choctaw Bingo.
That's basically what you're doing at the Buffalo Run Battle of the Bands show.
Exactly. I mean, and even Ray has a song titled Choctaw Bingo. So it's like you have to go to Choctaw afterwards and just go put all your life savings on one hand of baccarat, one hand of blackjack. Throw some money down on roulette. You have to.
Speaking of which, Kendall and I went and saw a free American Aquarium show at in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, 2 weeks ago.
I don't remember what I was
And
doing that weekend, but I wanted to go to that too. It's just hard for me, with here in Arkansas. I really wanted to go to that too, but I
oh,
did.
it was amazing. BJ Barnum live does not miss.
And he's
He puts on one of the best live shows.
so nice. Like, I've talked to him after the show that he played here in Fayetteville, and he was just so nice. He saw my koozie. I had a Western Grunge koozie, and he's like, I love those guys.
But
Correction on the Ray Wiley show. It's actually July 31st.
oh, okay.
And
Um,
what really pains me is Denison's like 20 minutes that way, and then Gainesville's 20 minutes the other way, and Uncle Lucius is playing a free show the same night. And I'm like, I'm torn now.
oh, oh.
I Because
Well,
and what's also really funny is you go 10 minutes, 20 minutes north of the ratio, you're at Choctaw. You go 10, 20 minutes north of the Uncle Lucius show, you're at Windstar. So it's like, pick a show. Go gamble after.
I lost my train of thought, but we went and saw Carson Jeffrey and Josh Abbott this weekend. Great show. Carson puts on a hell of a live show. He's definitely somebody everybody needs to go make out and see. I remember what I was going to say. We're missing the Wilder Blue free show this weekend. They're going to be playing in Pahuska, and we are Nashville bound.
What day is that?
I think it's tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Thursday. I don't know what day of the week it is. Friday, Saturday, maybe.
I think
I
it
don't know.
might be Saturday.
That makes more
because
sense.
Friday, this upcoming Friday, the 29th, they are playing, so 30th, Saturday, they're playing up there. May 29th, they're playing free show in Gainesville, and my slate's clean on Friday.
Hell yeah.
I might go to
I'm
that.
going to see. Do it.
It's like what? If it's an hour from, or if it's 20 minutes from Thackerville, it's only an hour, 20 minutes from the lake. So
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
do it. And then go just absolutely fire at Windstar.
because I'm shooting a music video Saturday. So
Who for?
Nubs.
Jack Tidwell.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I also haven't gotten to see the Wilder Blue. They played at Born and Raised in 2023, I think. But it's just so hard to make all of the sets when you're there for so long. And I was much more of a degenerate back then than I am now. So I unfortunately missed the Wilder Blue, but they are on my list for sure. They just haven't. I haven't caught them around here anywhere.
I feel like I've seen the Wilder Blue, but I can't remember where. But I know I saw Zane Williams back in like 2013, 2014, and phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. I know I've seen the Wilder Blue, but I cannot remember where.
Well, when they played at Born and Raised, I think they were one of the early sets. And I remember that year I watched the sun come up every single day that I was there. So I miss them and I regret that. They're on my list.
Are they going to be at Laurel Cove, Tracer? Am I imagining things?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I was just thinking about how I know they've played at Southgate House, which is a venue that I frequent close to me, and they get around. Like, they're really on the road. Like, there's not too many artists that I know that have played like multiple times around me that have also played like multiple times around you guys, especially artists that aren't like huge, you know. Excited to see them.
Laurel Cove, that's coming up too. That's another long trip we're going to be making.
Excited.
Cassius Culpepper, Evan Honer, Jason Scott in the High Heat, and the Creekers. Are the Creekers headlining it this year?
Maybe. I know SG Goodman is too.
Yes, she better play Pepper. I'm going to be really upset if she doesn't play Pepper.
I really hope she. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look it up. It might not even be her song, but I saw her open for Tyler Childers at Red Rocks,
Love.
and she did a acapella version of something, and I have a video of it.
Well, I didn't think you could beat Tyler Childers' version of Space and Time, and then I heard S.G. Goodman's version of it, and I was like, yeah, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I think it's her song. She wrote it. She's
A hell of a songwriter.
truly.
I think after I listened to Pepper that day, I just let it play down the list and listened to a lot of S.G. Goodman that day.
When you posted that, I was like, let's go! Tracer posting SG Goodman.
I venture out of the red dirt bubble once in a while. I'm like Puxicani Phil. Like I peek my head out, and if I see my tail, I run back in for a few weeks. And if I don't see my tail, I might float around and get really into like bluegrass, and then like get really into the Grateful Dead again, and then I got to run back into my hole.
Sure, that's me.
It's okay because the other day I was talking at the casino, and we'd gone to like a VIP event to talk about the festival with some other people, some like the higher ups in the casino and everything, and I was just on auto, like not even on autopilot, but I was like just trying to talk and get to all the talking points about it. And I did inform them that the Grateful Dead was going to be playing the festival when I was trying to talk about the Great Divide. And I was like, yeah, Jason Bowen, Pat Green, the Grateful Dead, like it's going to be a great night. And he's like, the Dead are playing? And I was like, what? And I was like, no, Great Divide. I am so sorry.
Hey, Dead and Company, I know everyone out there, especially like the OG Deadheads, they're big haters, whatever. Dead and Company puts on a hell of a show. I don't care.
I found out which song it was.
What's that?
It's Which Side Are You On?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're
Once
talking about.
Reese cover.
Yeah.
I really hope she plays it, and she does it a cappella, which I think is perfect for Laurel Cove.
Yeah.
And especially because she's headlining, right?
I think she is. If she's not headlining, she's like basic, like supporting headlining. I don't know.
All I can imagine is just it's nighttime. The frogs are just letting it rip, and her just a cappella singing that.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
I would pay hundreds of dollars just to see that.
No, that would be sick. Wyatt Flores did an a cappella version of Shake the Frost when he was there. That was crazy.
Sorry, Tracer. I
No,
knew if I didn't say it, I was going to lose it.
You're good. I saw that they posted the like day sheets, or I don't know who you want to call them, the day sheets.
Yeah.
For it the other day, and Kendall was telling me about it, and I was like, I'm just gonna go there and just go with the flow the whole time. But I was trying to find the yeah. Here's the Cole Chaney's gonna be there too.
Yeah, at the Creekside stage, which is like the smaller one, it's like much more intimate, you know? That's gonna be sick.
I've gotten to see Cole a couple times, and he is incredible.
So
I think I actually saw
His
him
band
with Dano here at George's, and
I
had such an awkward interaction.
Tracer.
with Dano, but
That's okay. Tracer had a really awkward interaction with Cole, and I love hearing about it.
I'd pay money to see that.
oh god. This is back in my very, very antisocial period of life, and it was my first Kane's Ballroom show, and I walked over to the table and I saw Cole Chaney standing there, and I was like, "Hey man, I'll take a koozie and a sticker," and like I just kind of like awkwardly stood there for a second after I paid for it, and I was like, "Hey, will you sign this sticker?" And he's like, "You want me to sign the sticker?" And I was like, well, I was going to buy like a CD or a vinyl, but you don't have any of that, so I guess the sticker's the next best thing. And he like awkwardly signed the sticker, and then I had to just awkwardly walk away, and I was like, what the fuck was that interaction? So, anyways, I love Cole Chaney, but, so anyways, on my record player, there is a signed Cole Chaney sticker.
I saw him with Dano, and then I saw him open up for 49 Winchester here a couple months ago. Back in February, and he was incredible.
I'm excited to see Jordan Lee King, because everybody always talks about how great he is.
He puts on a great show.
Rich Henderson is playing there. Rebecca Porter. Colton Boland, who put out a great album at the beginning of this year.
One of my favorite albums of this year, actually.
That's our next topic. When we finish up this one, top 3 albums of the year so far.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, this is a great. I'm not familiar with the Shadowgrass, but all the other like headliners I'm very familiar with.
They're like
Um,
a jammy bluegrass kind of vibe. They're really cool.
I'm gonna love them. John R. Miller has an album coming out this year that has a song on it called Toll Booth, and it was fucking with my brain chemistry the other day. I think I listened to it like 4 times, and I was like, I don't know what it is, but I really like this song. Um, well, anyways, look for a lot of content to come out of that from us. Um, I'm gonna try to keep everybody updated. But also, there's no signal down there, so I might just throw my phone. Don't know.
All
Um,
going?
what?
We all going to it?
If you can get a ticket, like it's June 11th.
Are all of y'all going?
Oh, Kendall and I are going, and then Libby's going. You need to go next year, Lane. We'll get you a ticket.
Listen, there's like a bunch of can't remember if it ended today or if it was extended, but they're on like the official Facebook page. There's been a fuck ton of people reselling tickets for like face value.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we paid, I want to say we paid like $250 for our 2 tickets. Mm-hmm. Like, it was
For 3
nothing.
days. It's not
It was,
bad.
it was nothing. I mean, because I was like kind of like hesitant at first. And when Kendall got on the site and she told me what it was, I just handed her the card. I was like, "Fuck, I can afford that. Like, it's a good
Credit card
weekend."
debt isn't real.
Huh?
Credit card debt isn't real.
No, no. We won't get into that right now, but I'll tell you a funny story that I had about credit card debt with somebody the other day. Um, Made me feel good about what I have. I'll tell you that much. Um, but anybody else got anything on Cove?
Just excited.
Cool.
Let's
Top
just fire into the top 3 albums.
top 3 albums of the year. Number 1, I'm biased as shit, and I know I'm biased as shit, but give me Oklahoma Space Program at number 1. Number 2, give me Silver Year by Shelby Stone. I'm counting it for this year because it came to streaming this year and it's readily accessible to the public this year. Sorry. And then I'm still on a big Mutiny After Midnight kick. You don't beat that funky disco country sound that he put out. So those are my current top 3s. Honorable mention to my boy Race Ricketts. That album's fucking fire. But yeah, those are my top 3 right now.
My number 1 would have to be Silver Year. And my very, very close number 2 is New Settlers Reunion by good old boy Race Ricketts. And then 3 is kind of a toss up between like Mutiny After Midnight, Middle of Nowhere, Casey Musgraves' new album, and then probably Oklahoma Space Program has really been growing on me.
It's just so fucking out there, man. It's one of those albums that it doesn't stick to one sound throughout the entire album. Like, they just kind of make it float, and it's so fucking good. And then you can't beat it, the fact that John Fulbright played keys on it. So,
I think my number 1 is also Silver Year. That thing has been on repeat since it came out. And then I think Southall, their new album, I'm a huge Southall fan. I really like the new album that they, especially, I'm blanking right now, but the song that literally me and Kendall were talking about crying over. I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but I also really liked, I had to go back and look at some of them because I've forgotten. I've been so busy lately. And I mean, I listen to music literally all day long, but the Antique Hearts,
ooh, Revisited.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed. Like, not really disappointed, but I asked BJ when we went to see him. I was like, "Hey, man, do you have Antique Hearts Revisited with you?" And he's like, "No, I didn't even think to grab any of them." So we got Burn, Flicker, and Die, which I'm very happy with. I mean, that's their second best album. I Will Die on the Hill That Dances for the Lonely is one of the greatest albums ever made. However, Burn, Flicker, and Die is a very close second on that hill.
Yeah. But Shelby has been on repeat. I mean, I've listened to her more than anybody this year. I think that she will be my number one at the end of the year when Wrapped comes out.
So on that note, I think Boland is going to take my number one of the year. Um, I have been on a huge Boland kick for like the last 4 months. Just like listening through his discography like every single day. And I keep going back to Pearl Snaps. And again, like one of these days I'm gonna like actually sit down and make a real list that's not made to make Twitter mad about what the best the best like country red dirt albums of all time are. And that one's got a arguable number one spot.
I think my number one artist, after listening to like 16 albums of this guy, is Guy Clark, and I'm not mad about it. His Live at Austin one in like '07, and then Old Number One or like two. That it's just one of those albums that I could listen to all day. And if I was stranded on a desert island, I'm probably picking Guy Clark's music to listen to, because he arguably he has a beach album. I think,
True.
in my opinion.
It's true. Yeah, I don't know. I was sitting here looking at like my recently played, frequently played stuff. Colton Boland's Grandpa's Mill. That's probably my favorite album out this year. And then I wanted to mention two EPs. Did you guys ever listen to Trey Pendley's EP Podunk?
Yeah, so funny story. Trey is actually, he grew up in Toadsuck, Arkansas, and I have videos of us at house parties. Of him
Wow.
in the living room. So it's really cool. I've been to his parents' house and listened to him in his living room before. So he's
That is
awesome.
so wild. I loved that EP. Really, really liked it. And then also, I mentioned them earlier, but Cigarettes at Sunset, their EP, Possum Rock. It's so I love literally every single song on that EP. It's so good. And I think an album that I haven't listened to a ton lately, but I was like really burning up at the beginning of the year, and I like kind of forgot it came out this year, was Act One by Cassius Culpepper.
Yep.
Really fucked with that album. So that might be, I don't know, I try to like revisit at the end of the year and like go through things I've kind of strayed away from to like do a true evaluation of my favorites. So that one will probably be, it'll probably be somewhere up there.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Cigarettes at Sunset and Sterling Elza lately. So,
Yeah.
I need to tackle Sterling Elza's EP or album that he put out. Kendall's been obsessed with it, and I've listened to a couple of the songs with her. But I feel bad. I've really been like outside of like Boland and like Turnpike and the usual stuff. I've been listening to a lot more podcasts lately, and so I haven't
What's
been
your favorite
listening
podcast?
Western Grunge Tape Deck, of course.
Good answer.
America's number one educational podcast. What? The only podcast that teaches you about different flavors of beer. But anyways, number two is Kill Tony. And that just fucking cesspool of a fucking show. I know there's sometimes I'm like, God, why do I keep listening to this shit show? But then like you finally get somebody that does a good minute and you're like, there it is. That's why. So
That was me
Where are we
with
gonna
Joe
go sign
Rogan's
up?
podcast last year.
did you say you saw him live, Lane?
No, I said, when are we gonna go sign up?
Dude, I was
I got
telling
my
Kendall.
minute road already.
I was telling Kendall the other day. I was like, I doubt I'll ever go down there and sign up and put my name in the bucket and get drawn. I was like, but I have fully prepared my minute. So
Let's hear it. We
No,
got time.
God no, God no.
All right, Lane, come on. Floor's yours.
Okay, so wait, what am I supposed to be doing here?
You said you already had your minute written up, ready
Okay,
to go.
let me get it pulled up here.
Oh,
I'm gonna memorize. And then I'll give my albums. Or I'll give my albums while I'm looking for this. My number 1 album is Shelby Silver Year. Number 2, I'll go Logan Ryan.
Ooh, I forgot about that one.
I just
Yeah.
like the name just dropped. Kamikaze.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go Horse Name Texas Aaron Watson.
Ooh, okay.
I've yet to listen to that.
Okay.
Also,
Also,
honorable
no Charlie Crockett Clovis mention. Interesting. 'Cause I
I
really
never listened to
Hey,
it.
there's been some great albums dropped. William Clark Green.
Ooh, Waterston Hall was good. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I've heard it. Solarada's album that's coming out this year is fucking phenomenal. So be prepared for that. I got the opportunity to listen to it during Busch from Oklahoma, and yeah.
Did y'all see
If
where
I
they're-
wasn't,
Oh, go ahead, Gage.
if I didn't have plans on Saturday,
That's exactly what I was about
this
to say.
upcoming weekend, I would be in their music video that they're shooting. It's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and I saw it and I was like, "Fuck yes!"
I told
And then I checked my Facebook events because I'm an old man and was like, "Shit, we got stuff to do Saturday."
Yeah, if I was closer, I would also definitely be there. They actually were supposed to play here in May, and then they had to reschedule. But I think this is the first time that they've came to Fayetteville, at least since I've been listening to them. But they rescheduled for August, and I think that's also the weekend that me and Lane will be in Nebraska for Ragweed.
Front
So-
row again?
I'll be there.
I could not
Okay.
find my minute.
Oh.
What are you talking
I think
about?
it's all just a cover up.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so there's a podcast called Kill Tony, right? And it's hosted by Tony Hinchcliffe, Redman, and then whatever two comedians they bring up to like not judge it, but like commentate on it, right?
Uh-huh.
And so they bring out they have like some regulars that come out and do minutes. Right now they have oh fuck, I can't think of his name. They used to call him the Black Storm of Atlanta, but now they call him the Black Storm of Austin, Texas.
Yeah, Dedrick.
Yeah, he's fucking phenomenal. He's hilarious. His bit on the Greyhound bus that was like 5 minutes long, but they kept going was peak. But anyways, so Tony like reaches in this like fucking beach bucket thing and he pulls out a name, right? And then like they'll read the name and it'll be like some amateur comedian, and like then they'll bring that amateur comedian out and they have like 1 minute to do a set. You know, you get a lot of like duds up there. You get a lot of people that think they're funny, and like they've never looked at themselves in the mirror and tried to tell those jokes. But anyways, and then
That's how mine would go.
Before you go on, Tracer,
yeah,
could you tell jokes and look at yourself in the mirror and get through it all? Because I think you're probably a lot like me, and as soon as you start reading halfway of the first joke, you're gonna start dying laughing.
Yeah,
I can't even get through it.
because I think I'm pretty damn funny. But
I wouldn't be able to get through like any joke.
but then Tony and the crew, they then conduct an interview with them, and that is where you get like the funniest parts of this episode. Because like Tony does not care and will ask them anything. He'll be like, "What's your love life like? Where are you from?" Like, and I mean, they just bully him. Like the other day, they got hung up talking about Wheel of Fortune for 5 minutes. And the guy kept like trying to interrupt him to get it back on him. He's like, "No, shut up. We're talking about Wheel of Fortune. Just stand there." And they talked about Wheel of Fortune. It is an unhinged nightmare. It reminds me a lot of this podcast, but instead of music, they talk about comedy.
I need to give it a listen. He's funny. Tony Hinchcliffe's funny.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Which
please tell me I'll watch the roast of Kevin Hart.
no, I was gonna talk about
on
that though.
Netflix. Oh, it's been a while since I have had some deep belly laughs and some. Oh my God, they actually said that.
No, this last episode they started off, and Dietrich Flynn comes out, and he like does his minute or whatever, and then he's like, "Hey Tony, I want you to know that the L.A. Times called you racist, but you got to be the worst racist I know because you employ my black ass and taking me everywhere." And they fucking sent me. And Tony's like, he's like, "Man, I don't know how I am." He's like, he starts listing off all the stuff, and like Tony's not like, he might make some comments and stuff, but like deep down, like Tony just tries to be a funny individual. But for Dietrich to come out and fucking say that had me rolling.
I can't remember what comedian said it, but they were talking about like racist jokes and stuff, and like how people were feeling attacked, and there are some
Was he Handler?
who definitely, yeah, but it again, it's like they were saying, like it's comedy. It's not anything deep, and it's like it's supposed to be funny and make you laugh. Some people get hurt, others don't, and it's like there's never going to be a middle ground for it.
There's also no pleasing everyone. I have to say, I watched it, and as your neighborhood leftist, I watched it, and I thought it was fucking hilarious, and then I saw everyone was mad, and I was like, oh, was I supposed to be mad? Because I fear I wasn't. So,
What was that lady's
being
name?
honest.
His husband killed himself, offed himself. Do y'all remember what her name is?
I don't
No.
remember the name. I remember the jokes though.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god. And like Shane, before he even would go up there, he'd be like, "Don't worry, I already checked with her. She said that I could say this." And then would just go, and people were still like, "Oh my god," and like giving him shit for it afterwards.
So
and then she went on a podcast and was like, "Yeah, like I still grieve over it and stuff, but it's comedy. Like at least they had the decency to come up and like, hey, is it okay if I make a joke about this?"
So, like, I found out about this during the roast of Tom Brady, but, like, all the comedians and everybody are given a list of, like, these are off topic. So, like, for
But they
Tom
can't discuss certain things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, like, there is, like, certain things every comedian has that, like, hey, man, don't touch these. And that was why Tony Hinchcliffe got in trouble during the last one, was because he didn't realize the Robert Kraft stuff was off limits. Because it wasn't written down specifically Robert Kraft, it was written down Patriots ownership. And he just, like, he said he didn't make the connection. But,
I'm all for it. Fucking
Yeah.
call him out. Call him out. Who cares? Fuck it. But whenever people go to roast you, you better take it like a man.
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, you know, can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Don't dish it.
and to be fair, I don't know, man. Maybe it's like being in blue collar work and everything, but I just look at it and I was like, my coworkers say more shit to me, you know? Like, what are we talking about here?
I watched the full like 2 or 3 hours, however long it was, and I'm like, I have heard a lot worse things in my 10 minutes of being at work. And that's like a weekly thing. And then I go and I'm like, you know, sitting here thinking like, damn, is comedy really like that easy? And then I'm like, no, it's just I think a whole lot differently than other people and find a lot of things more funny than like what my wife does. I'll be
Right.
dying laughing over a TikTok and she's just sitting there straight face like, it's not that funny. And I'm like, just tell me you don't love me.
Hold up,
Simple
Gage.
as that.
Hold up, Gage. I gotta ask this question. Do you know who Casey Rocket is, and do you understand Casey Rocket? Oh my God, you gotta look up Casey Rocket. When people ask me what my brain is like, I just show them a video of Casey Rocket doing his entire bit, and I'm like, this is what goes on in my brain.
People ask me, and I think really the best explanation I have for it is like a squirrel on ADHD medication.
Yeah, that's no.
It's
Kate,
I'm unmedicated, and it's just like I'll be thinking of one thing. I'll be sitting here talking to you, like having a full blown conversation for 5 minutes, and then just what was I talking about? Lose it, just like that, and then 2 hours later, I'll text them and be like, hey, this is what I was talking about earlier. Finish a hit.
Well, to be fair, that Casey Rocket is basically just a squirrel that did a line of cocaine and then took a couple shots of cough medicine, Robitussin, the Tussin, and then got up and did a comedy act. It, fuck,
Intrigued.
God, I love Casey Rocket so much.
Gage, do you ever lose something that's like right in front of you? Like you just had something in your hand and you set it down like right in front of you and you're like, where the fuck did I just put that? And it's like
All the time.
I'm the worst about it. I lose things all the time, or like walk into a room and forget why I walked in there. It's
Yep.
so bad.
Almost
I'm also
every day.
uncomforted. Yeah.
And it really sucks, and it really makes me feel bad whenever I have something and I set it down, and then I'll go like grab a glass of water or grab a beer, come back, have no idea where it's at. I will spend 10, 15 minutes looking for it, and then I'll turn to Cheyenne and be like, where the fuck is so-and-so? And she's like, it's literally right there on the kitchen counter. At that point, I just want to go take a walk down the road and just not show up for a couple hours.
Go lay on the train tracks for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there.
I know.
I think it's like specifically like trying to do my makeup in the mornings. I'll set my makeup like a makeup brush down, and I'm like,
Same.
I know,
No, actually.
the worst. But that's where I notice it the most for myself. Like in the mornings, I set something down, and I'm like, it's gone forever, and it's 3 feet in front of me.
All right.
The
In
worst
the mornings,
for
if
me
it's
is,
that,
like,
my nicotine pouches are the worst. 'Cause,
Ow.
like, I'll try to set everything together, like my wallet, knife, because I used to sleep with my rubber rings on, and then I pulled it off one day, and like my entire bottom part of my finger was just like peeling. I was like, oh, that's probably not a good thing. So I'll set like my wallet, pouches, keys, knife, ring, all right down at the corner of the counter, like perfect grab on the way out. It'll be like 8, 9 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get a pouch. Grab a pouch, never see the can again until the next day after I get off work and just bought a brand new one. I'm like, something's gonna get broke.
I'm fully convinced that Amos Moses gets into my cans at night and like takes them.
Oh, I agree.
Because-
100%.
Dude,
I'm team you on that one.
there's shit you not. Like I will go to bed, and like there will be like no Zins on the floor, and I'll wake up in the morning. There'll be like two used Zins on the floor, and I'm like, either I Zinned in my sleep, or Amos Moses is stealing my Zins, and I don't think I'm Zinning in my sleep, so I'm gonna blame Amos.
That's funny. When I lose my
I
vape,
agree.
I get so like actually upset at myself by how like panicked I am when I can't find it. I'm like, this is so fucking ugly, Libby. Like, why are you having a visceral reaction to losing your vape? That's actually atrocious.
The amount of Vuses that I bought because I would lose them, I would never want like the red one or like the blue one because it's like, oh, that's basic. I don't know why I always wanted the black one. Never. If you vape and if you still vape, never buy the Black Views device because you will lose it more than you can use it.
I remember the Views days.
That's all I was on, those menthol pods.
Mm-hmm.
The things
Yup.
I do.
The first hit of one when they're crispy.
Yeah. Just take one hit off of it. But
A Joel
That was always a
fucking menthol
Joel.
Paul would fix me right now.
I couldn't stand the Juuls whenever like they banned all the like mango and all the flavored ones because the pods were just made completely different. Like they wouldn't hit like they used to. Like you'd have to take the pod out, hold the Juul, and just scrub the shit out of it, put it back
Blow
in,
on
and
it.
take a hit, and it would hit so hard, and it's like this is what I needed. You get a buzz off of one hit. And then it's like, I'm not going to do that every single time. Like, that's too much work. Like, Jewel, fix your fucking product. It's pitiful. Sorry, Sydney. No personal attacks.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I still have to pack and do dishes before we leave tomorrow. So,
Oh yeah,
we
where
have
are you going again?
Nashville.
I bet that's just gonna be so much fun.
Don't get me wrong.
You
Like
gonna go walking on Broadway?
um
Say hi to Jason Aldean for me. Thanks.
we're actually going. Kendall's sister just graduated, and so we're going to her graduation party, and then just giving Kendall an opportunity, like for us to see her family and everything, since we haven't seen them since Christmas. But we are going to go downtown this time. We didn't go downtown last time. I don't know if we're going to Broadway because I don't know where anything's at. But I have been begging her to take me to Ernest Tubbs Record Shop, which I have a feeling is going to make me mad, but I'll get back to you on that one. And then we're going to go to Robert's Western World and get a Recession special. So
Very nice.
If they have any Guy Clark or Jerry Jeff, call me.
I will. That's kind of what I'm looking for right now. Is because I kind of realize like I have everybody that I listen to on a regular basis now, and like all the albums that I want. So it's now finding stuff like that.
You know, I realized, again, after watching that documentary, I realized that, when was it? Several months ago, sometime last year, I bought a Jerry Jeff record, and I flipped the back of it and was like, oh, LA Freeway's on there? Yeah, sure. But that's the record that Jerry Jeff talked about now he wasn't actually in the documentary, but the stories that they were talking about, that's the record that basically got Guy Clark into releasing music and everything, having LA Freeway and Let 'Em Roll on there. And I realized that, and I was like, wow, thanks. And I can claim that, I'm naming my son after Jerry Jeff Walker. So he, by the age of 5, y'all mark my words, Jerry Jeff's live Viva Terra Lingua record that he has with like 6 songs on it or so, my kid will be able to recite every single song by the age of 5. Mark my words.
I'd be disappointed if he couldn't.
If he can, go hit the road. Get you a little stick. It's like that. What was the wife swap TV show?
Yeah.
That kid's packing up all of his stuff. That's gonna be me, but I'm packing all of his stuff. I'm like, here you go, out the door. Here, take a package of bacon with you too. Shout out to that kid.
Love
Hope
him.
he's doing well in life.
I tried to find.
Find his
Do what?
social. I said I'm gonna go on a rabbit hole hunt later. I'm trying to find that kid to see what he's up to now.
I
he's
looked.
enjoying
I
all of
looked
his
one
bacon.
time. I couldn't find anything on him, but like I genuinely when you're laying in bed at night scrolling on TikTok, you know how it goes. I genuinely looked for him and I couldn't find him.
That's another thing with the ADHD. I'll have the most random off the wall thought, and I'm going down a 3-hour rabbit hole every time, multiple times a day. Honestly,
I feel.
I can't
Everyone
remember
say
what
hi to
it was.
Rosalie real quick.
Hi.
Hi, Rosalie.
Being a good and sweet girl.
for once.
Oh, here comes Oaksters.
Okay,
I can't remember what it was, but I spent like an hour and a half or 2 hours trying to look for something, and then realized what time it was, and I was like, I've gone in way too deep. I have to pull myself out of this hole. And I never found the answer. And I'll probably remember it in like a week or two.
I specifically
"Fuck."
remember being in college, procrastinating my homework, and it being like 3 a.m. and me going down a ragweed rabbit hole. I mean, I remember being in my college apartment. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It started off on like my Ancestry.com for my family. Ended up on ragweed, going down the rabbit hole of the whole history. I don't know. That's what I did instead of doing my homework, like I should have been doing.
Homework's overrated.
I got through it. That's a thing of the past now.
College is a scam.
Agreed.
Tracer, you never told us the credit card debt story.
That's an off-the-air story.
Feel
Lame.
that. All right. Well, do we have any last shout outs before we wrap this jaunt up?
If you're turning right and there's a shoulder, get in the fucking shoulder and turn.
Don't use AI posters. On
Hey,
pictures.
don't fight Amos.
Fuck AI posters.
Fuck AI in general.
Pictures
Yeah,
that turn
I
into
agree.
AI. Looks bad.
Hey, don't fight my
Well, as always, thank y'all so much for listening to this random episode that we compiled together. June 20th, June 26th, July 10th, and July 18th. Make sure you're at Buffalo Run Casino for the Battle of the Bands and then the Red Dirt on the Run Festival. It's the most fun you can have for the cheapest price. For the 3 nights of the Battle of the Bands, tickets are only $10 at the door. All proceeds go to the band. We are keeping nothing. Unless you buy a
Remember,
koozie.
Tell
We'll keep
Tracer
that.
Amos, and he will buy you a beer.
Please don't. I'm poor.
You can see 19 different acts. Well, not necessarily different because some will be playing the festival. Anyways, you can see 19 different sets for $60. 65 bucks. Whoa.
So, anyways, we'll be having more promotional content come out about that soon. So keep on the lookout for that. But I love y'all so very much. Thank y'all so much for listening. Take yourself out this week. Take yourself out. Get yourself some good pizza. Drink some cold beer. Whether that's Busch Light grape, Busch Light watermelon, Busch Light kiwi dragon fruit. Just drink some beer. Eat some pizza. Love yourself. Love somebody else. I love y'all so much. Have a great week.
Bye.
What Tracer said. Love yourself. Love others. Don't hate. Hate is ugly. You don't want to be ugly. That being said, I've had all I can handle. Clock it. Hope you're happy now. Good night.